What is your name?
I'm Sandra Maloney from Ireland.
And you're from Ireland.
Yeah.
Very nice. How long have you been teaching English for?
I started in November, so about nearly 7 months.
7 months, yeah. How do you like it?
I love it, yeah, so far. Really nice. Hard work. You don't get the holidays that public schools do, but yeah, I love the school, I love the kids that I'm working with.
Right. What would you say has been the biggest challenge teaching abroad?
I think just being away from home with family and getting to know people here, Koreans and foreigners, like where I teach is really small, so I'm the only foreigner there, so it's quite hard to meet people when you're working from kind of afternoon, and sometimes I get home at like 10 o'clock or something, 11 o'clock.
Right.
So I think that's the biggest challenge.
Right.
Yeah.
And Korea specifically, how do you like Korea?
Yeah, I really like it. Like I'm used to traveling anyway, so I think I loved it, or I love it. I think the language is the thing. I'm taking Korean classes, but that's quite difficult if you just want to ask people for help or something.
Right.
But they're really helpful. If you're stuck, they will just come up or get someone who speaks English. So people are lovely. The place is great, especially Haeundae with the beach. That's why I came here.
Yeah. Very nice. How do you like your housing?
Excellent. Really
Excellent,
good.
yeah?
Yeah.
Great.
It's like a modern place. Like it's just a one kind of room studio. So I've got like mattress on the floor, and then couch, TV, kitchenette, and bathroom. So I mean, it's what I expected. So yeah.
Nice. How did you get your job?
Just through busanweb.com. A website, and it was like under the classified ads. I was looking for a long while on davesesl.com and through recruiters, but nothing came up. And I really wanted Haeundae area, so I was kind of just looking for a job around here. And then one came up, and she sounded really nice on the phone, and she was kind of asking me more questions than the other recruiters. The other recruiters were just saying, when can you start? But she was kind of, asking me some questions, had I experience, things like that. So I thought that was very good.
Nice. Last question. What advice would you give to someone who's thinking about coming abroad to teach?
I think expect, to work hard. When I was doing, I was a teacher beforehand, so I know what's involved. I know the extra hours you have to put in. But when I was looking at the internet, there was a lot of information about, make sure your apartment has a TV, make sure, you get holidays and all this. But really, it is a teaching job, so, especially if you're coming out of university or if you're taking a year out, you're teaching kids, it's a profession, so I would say please take it seriously. You're coming here and you want to give them a good example of foreigners. A lot of foreigners come here and they just treat it like, it's kind of, I'm making money, I've got free accommodation, but just come here, take it seriously, but enjoy it, and make the most of it. And just take time researching into the jobs and recruiters, and hagwons, and just, if it feels right, then go for it.
Yeah. Great, thank you.
No problem.
What is your name?
My name is Marit.
Marit, where do you come from?
I'm from Minnesota, U.S.
Minnesota, okay. How long have you been teaching English?
About a year and a half now.
Year and a half.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
I like it. It has its ups and downs. I'm at a Christian school, so it's a little different than a normal school, but yeah, it's all right.
Right. What's been the biggest challenge with your job?
The biggest challenge with my job is that I am not really that Christian, but they are very Christian, so they have their different ways of doing things, discipline and teaching styles, so that's probably been the biggest challenge, is because I'm at a Christian school and not at a different public school like everyone else. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite classroom game, activity, or other tool you'd like to share?
I play a lot of games, songs. I'm middle school, so I try to play like Jeopardy with them, like different games, trivia games maybe, to get them speaking like English a little more than just like lecturing them.
Right.
They're middle school students.
How do you play that?
Jeopardy?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have it a PowerPoint, and you create a PowerPoint, and then you have different questions, just like a normal Jeopardy. and then you give them the points and then the categories, and then there's like 40 kids in a class, in my classes, and then you split them up into like 6, 7 different teams, and then they can choose the points they want in the category, and it works really well.
What advice can you give to someone who's interested in coming abroad to teach?
The advice I'd give them is like, I mean, they don't really have that in Korea, but like a background check maybe on other people that have worked at your school. If you can find out any of that information, maybe learning a little more Korean before you come here, because I tried to learn a little, but it's kind of hard till you're immersed in the culture. And read up about the Korean laws too, because that's important. And the area you live in, like, go talk to the police station and see if there's any crazies that live around you, because I've been attacked before, so.
Really?
Yeah.
You were attacked here in Korea?
Yeah, in Korea, yeah. A crazy Korean man.
What happened?
I was walking home one evening and he came out of the alley, out of my apartment, hung out in the alley for a while. I kind of noticed him, ran up my stairs, he was chasing me. I got into my apartment, then he broke the bars off my window and decided to like try to get me, but he didn't, so yeah.
Didn't.
Just do your research about where the hell you're going, okay?
Right,
That's all I gotta say.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. Let's see, what is your name?
My name's Larry.
Larry, where do you come from?
Kingston, Ontario.
Kingston, Ontario. All right. How long have you been teaching English?
I just finished 1 year teaching.
Okay. So what do you think? Are you going to do another year?
Contemplating it, most likely.
Yeah.
Maybe do a couple months and then leave after.
Okay. What would you say has been your biggest challenge teaching abroad?
It's just working with kids. Like, kids are the same anywhere. They have a lot of energy. You have to be able to control them, and the language barrier would be the most difficult aspect of trying to maintain order in a classroom. I teach at a Hagwon, so it's like my materials are often not enough to fill a whole class. Fill a whole class with. So I often do struggle with coming up with creative things to keep the class learning and entertained.
Do you have a favorite game you like to share?
I love just the easiest games possible that the kids love to play. I just write the alphabet on the board and I'm like, okay, tell me all the animals you can think of, and you divide the class into 2 and say we have ABC, and the kid says ape. Okay. And then the next team goes and he says bear. You draw a little line. So it's 1-1. Then another, bat from the first team.
Yeah.
Bat,
so they're raising their hands?
Yep. And then the bat comes up. So it's ape, bear, bat. They steal the points, and it's 3-0. And you just do with anything.
What advice could you give to someone who's interested in teaching abroad?
I would have to say that you really need to come with an open mind. Like, you can't expect this to be home. Everything is different. Everything, just about. I mean, so you just have to come and be like kind of patient, relaxed with what you're gonna have available to you.
Great. Thank you.
No problem.